So you want to be a software engineer at Google? Go to AlgoExpert.io. Pick a question, read the prompt, write some code, run your code.
Okay, let's try it out. Hello world, and welcome to Algorithms with Ari. Now, I'm a software engineer, software automation engineer at a pretty big tech company that is not a FANG. And I have lost touch with software engineer centric coding interview questions. To be very honest, I'm pretty much an average coder right now, but I want to be better. I want to be among the best. I want to channel and harness the abilities and information to become a better software engineer. And how do you get there? Well, one step is to be an engineer at one of the FANGs. The Facebook, Amazon, Apple, Google's, and there's a bunch of companies in there, you know the point. Which brings us to our agenda today, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to put AlgoExpert to the test. I'm going to test out their theory of preparing an engineer for a FANG interview. Whether I take the job or not is another question. Right now, we're testing AlgoExpert's abilities to get me to that interview, and moreover, to make me a better coder as well. So when you buy AlgoExpert, you get the membership for 1 whole year, and I am going to put it to a test on a 3-month timeline. I'm going to go easy and mediums in the first month that I've already been through, hards and very hards in the second month, and in the third month, I'm going to test out their interview assessments, mock interviews, and also try to land a FANG interview. So let's look at an overview of the AlgoExpert UI. And this video is not sponsored by AlgoExpert, but hey Clement, if you want to sponsor me, I'll put your face on this bottle, or an AI, let me know, hit me up. All right, so here is AlgoExpert. If you want to buy it outright, it's 99 bucks. I believe there's promo codes online that bring this down to 89. They also have System Expert and ML Expert that I'm also going to be talking about in a future video. But if you want to purchase this, it is 99 bucks. 89 if you put a coupon code, and if you group it with Systems Expert or ML Expert, it becomes even cheaper. I guess the discount compounds as you buy more of their programs. So the meat of the services offered by AlgoExpert lies over here in these 160 hand-picked questions. These keep on increasing, by the way. In the beginning of the year, they were 120, I think. Then they got increased to 150. Now there's 160. I believe there were 10 more questions added last week. So they keep adding to their arsenal of questions. And as you can see over here, I'm done with 1 out of my 3-month timeline. All right, so you can group these questions by difficulty. As you can see, we have easy, medium, hard, and very hard questions. You can even do them by category if you wanted to learn a specific topic and then go on to questions related to that topic. For example, binary search trees over here. And last but not the least, they're also grouped randomly if you want to really test your skills out without having any contextual information about the difficulty or the subject matter of the problem. So once you want to go click into a problem, it brings you to this page right here. On the left, you can see is the prompt along with some hints and what the optimal space and time complexity should be for this specific problem. Then there's the scratch pad for you to do any rough work. There are solutions provided to you in every language, any language that you pick from here. I've picked Python over here because that's my language of choice. That's something that's really nice about AlgoExpert, is that they offer pretty much all the main languages in which you can solve this. And one of the most significant offerings by AlgoExpert are these video explanations where there's a contextual overview of the problem along with a code overview where they actually write the problem out, code it out live for you within the video, so for you to understand and comprehend the problem better. There's also, you can have 3 different solutions to the problems. So you can have 3 different solutions which will be saved. You have tons of different test cases that you can run your algorithm through. You can go ahead and mess with the editor in terms of its cosmetics and how it looks. So yeah, that's pretty much the editor. And one really nice feature that I like about this editor is that it provides you a timer and stopwatch over here, so you can time yourselves on problems. Now, besides the 160 questions, we also have a data structures crash course where I did try to view most of their videos, and they're pretty helpful. They also give you keynotes regarding the video that you just watched. So there's a data structure a crash course, no crash course for intro to Python, and I don't feel the need to have an intro to Python course over here either. And the last offering about AlgoExpert is that they offer you 4 curated assessments for you to really test your coding interview arsenal out, and then also an opportunity for you to conduct mock interviews with another student or member of AlgoExpert, where you ask them questions and then they ask you questions. And I'm going to be trying all of this out in the second month or maybe the third month of this series. So now that the formalities are out of the way, do I think that this is worth it? Do I think that it is worth that it justifies the price tag? Let me break it down by setting the stage for you. A stage where I'm going to populate all the important aspects of a coding interview, and then we're going to see if AlgoExpert touches upon all those important, significant aspects that one needs to have and understand in order to go through a coding interview. Now, if I was to take a course to make myself better at software engineering interviews, I'd look at 3 things. I'd look at whether the course is teaching me 3 things: thinking, coding, and collaborating. Let's take thinking first. Is this course emphasizing on understanding the problem, on visualizing the problem, on breaking the problem down into different smaller modules, and solving those simpler versions of the problem in order to then get to the big picture solution? Number 2, code. Does the course hone your coding skills with respect to different data structures and different topics in software engineering? Does the code emphasize on writing your solutions in plain text? Do they talk about pseudocode? Do they talk about first coming up with a brute force solution and then iteratively make the solution better? Do they talk about then converting your pseudocode into real code? And last but certainly not the least, testing your code out with test cases. Number 3, and one of the most important parts of coding interviews, the collaboration. Is the course telling me to go through the sample data, the prompt thoroughly, and ask any questions of the interviewer? Get any kind of clarifications needed before you want to jump into the problem. Talking with the interviewer to simplify and optimize your problem, and also talking test cases with them. All these aspects of collaboration are not just for you to get to the bottom of the problem, but for you to have a good interview and a good image as a team player for whoever is interviewing. Creating the right model for a program and devising the appropriate programmatical solutions to that problem. That is the abstraction that is computer science. And if AlgoExpert in any way makes me do that better, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. All that said, all those requirements listed, do I think AlgoExpert is worth it? I think yes. Why? Here are the 5 main things that got me to a yes. First and foremost is the convenience. All the material that you see on AlgoExpert can probably be found on LeetCode and other places in the internet. But the way AlgoExpert combines everything in terms of your prompts, your video explanations, conceptual and coding explanations, your editor, your test cases, everything in one place, that is what you're paying for. The convenience is what you're paying for. The direct path is what you're paying for. And all that time saving is what you're paying for. Convenience, it is giving you something that's available on the internet, but scattered across different websites in one place. a clear path to solving a problem, the video explanations, which is very necessary, especially when you get into the hard and very hard problems, and the mock interviews. That is something essential for you to really test out all that you've learned. Even after you learn everything, you can still get shy, or you could run into some sort of an imposter syndrome. All of that can be negated by these mock interviews. Now, in comparison with LeetCode, I think LeetCode is just too cluttered. There's thousands of problems over there, and I don't have a clear path that I have with AlgoExpert. As I said and showed you guys, I'm done with most of the easy and medium problems. That's 1 out of my 3-month timeline that I'm giving to AlgoExpert. Now, I didn't have to watch too many of those videos for these easy and medium problems. I was able to solve most of them on my own. But now, as I get into the hard and harder problems, these conceptual videos are going to be important to me. And my next review will really have a critical analysis on how well these guys explain through the problem and also through the code. And even when I'm done with all these problems, I will not stop there. As I said, I'm gonna put AlgoExpert to its test. They claim that they can get you to a FANG interview, and I am going to go all the way to a FANG interview to see if this stuff works. I'll update you guys next month. Stay tuned, like, subscribe, and comment below. Remember your ABC. Always be coding, and when you're not coding, you can always come over here and discuss algorithms with Ari.